Good morning, dear viewers, and happy Ramadan. Welcome to a new episode of your morning program, Good Morning Kuwait. And today, as always, we have various segments and special guests that we are so happy and pleased to have them with us this morning. So please keep watching us till the end of the program and never go away. So good morning, Aziz.
Good morning to you, and good morning our working crew, and good morning everyone. Happy Ramadan, Ramadan Kareem. Welcome to your show, Good Morning Kuwait. This is your host Abdulaziz Darwish. We are coming to you live this morning from the Ministry of Information studios here in downtown Kuwait. As my co-host Sarah Bakr said, we have a variety of segments and plenty of reports also. I hope you're enjoying and watching us through the KTV2 from now until already 12 p.m. And today, Sarah, we have a variety of segments, and today is the 7th of the holy month of Ramadan.
It's the 7th, really running too fast this Ramadan. Ramadan this year is really awesome and beautiful and easy as the weather is getting really colder and colder. And we're going to experience and we're going to discuss actually about the weather condition with our colleague Fahad Al-Atabi later on. But today, as you mentioned, Aziz, we have special guests, and one of our special guests from Italy, actually. We're going to talk about Italian cuisine. And speaking about the cuisine, let's talk about the Kuwaiti delicious cuisine, especially during the holy month of Ramadan. And I know people, they love eating special foods and special meals only in the holy month of Ramadan, isn't it?
That's why when people said that the good thing about Ramadan is the abundance of good deeds and also blessings, and in extra, in addition, like because of the type of the food, people already gather for the holy month of Ramadan, because Ramadan is for the people's gathering.
Yes.
And people have to be cautious for the obesity. That's why we have another guest. So we have with us today Dr. Muhammad Al-Islami. He's laparoscopic and bariatric surgeon. He will gonna explain more about the crucial field of laparoscopic and bariatric surgery, especially we talk more about the obesity.
Exactly. And we will introduce to you Deborah Lucuta. She's an Italian chef, which will share her experience in Italian cuisine as the Mediterranean cuisine, consisting of ingredient, recipes, and cooking techniques developed actually across the Italian peninsula.
So, dear viewers, this is our segment for today. Now, let's go to this tiny break, then we'll continue about your show, GMK. Good morning, Kuwait. We are back to our show again. Good morning, Kuwait. Usually in our show, we have a variety of segments with several reports, and even we have a daily segment about the weather forecast. My co-host Sarah, during these days we had already a heavy rain in the state of Kuwait.
Yes, it was really a thundery storm that happened during the Sunday night, actually, and with the weather getting really colder during this week. So, how about to check the weather forecast with our colleague Fahad Al-Atabi? So, hello and good morning, dear Fahad.
Good morning, Sarah. Good morning, Abdulaziz. Actually, as you said, we recorded 55 millimeter last severe weather. Also, we are expecting rain will come back again, inshallah, tomorrow late night and until Friday morning with light to moderate. We are expecting rising dust this coming weekend. Also, as you said, significant decreasing in temperature expected will start with us from Saturday. We might see 9 and 8 degrees for the minimum temperature.
Nice, because we talk more about the weather forecast. My co-host Fahad Al-Atabi, we talk about now the heavy rain already had last Sunday. So for this Thursday, it will be the same or a little bit like lower?
No, it's gonna be like light to moderate in general, thundery at times over the northern part of the country, but it will not be what we had before, on Sunday. Let's see what's going on for the next 5 days until the viewers. It's going to be nice weather this weekend, but they should take care because we're going to have rising dust over the open areas, may reach 50 kilometers per hour. Northwesterly wind will continue with us until Saturday. We're going to have unstable weather this coming weekend, so I recommend all the viewers to avoid all outdoors activities for your safety. Today, minimum temperature we recorded, as we can see, 18 degree and 29 degree is expected for the maximum temperature. It's going to be warm weather by day, but still mild, rather cold weather with us for the next 5 days. State of sea, it's going to be slight to moderate, and the wave height from 1 to 5 feet by day. By tonight, it's going to be 1 to 3 feet. Expected weather in Kuwait City for the next 5 days. We are expecting warm weather by day, but still rather cold. With us late night and early morning chances for rain. Late night Thursday until Friday morning. Also, we are expecting Freshening northwesterly wind may reach 50 km per hour, causing rising dust. Please always take caution while you're driving. Avoid all marine activities on Friday and Saturday, as we can see significant decreasing in temperature, especially for the minimum. We may reach 9 and 8 degrees starting from middle of the next week, but this coming weekend it will rain between 17 to 18 degrees. For the maximum temperature will range between 29 to 31 degrees. This is our weather forecasting, dear viewers. Thanks for watching us. And now let's go back to our colleague Abdulaziz and Sarah.
Well, my co-host Fahad Al-Atib would like to thank you about the weather forecast, or showcasing for all the viewers watching us through the KTV2 about the forecast for today and for the whole week. My co-host Sarah, see, the weather becomes very nice during the weekend time.
Exactly, and we are experiencing some rains as well. So please, dear viewers, big caution actually while driving because of the rains, and also wear a little bit warmer clothes actually. So, dear viewers, before moving to the break, let's thank our colleague Fahad Al-Atib for updating us with the weather forecast. Don't go away. Let's have this tiny little break and then we'll move on. And now with our colleague Kuna News with the first headline. Civil Service Commission CSC announced that the government employees are exempted from attendance from off Sunday and Monday to the volatile actually weather in those days.
The Bahraini economy grew in 2022 on the annual basis by 4.9%, the highest growth since 2013.
The exchange rate of the US dollars against the Kuwaiti dinar steadlined at 0.306 KD, but the euro rose by 0.47%, settling at 0.331. The Central Bank of Kuwait (CBK) announced. The CBK added in its daily bulletin that the British sterling pound climbed by 0.70% to 0.377 KD, and the Swiss franc by 0.41% to settle at 0.334 actually KD. Meanwhile, the Japanese yen remained stable at 0.002.
The Kuwait oil price dropped 37 cents to US dollars 76.18 PB. Kuwait Petroleum Corporation announced. In international markets, the forward Brent crude contracts rose by US dollars 3.13 to US dollars 78.12 per barrel, while the rate of the indical already transactions of the West Texas Intermediate crude climbed by the US dollar 3.55 to settle at the US dollar 72.81 a barrel. This is our news for today. Let's go to this break. They will continue.
In our episode, dear viewers, and as we used to, we have too many reports and we go all around the world to meet too many cultures and traditions. And today we're going to talk about Lebanon. In a reserve farm in Lebanon's western Beka village of Anna, Lebanese hunters found Nasib takes care of some 300 deer on 1 million square meter piece of land. That's really amazing.
Amazing. And those hunters hope that one day that can't roam free in the wild. So let's watch this following report about our friends and our brothers from Republic of Lebanon. We'll be right back.
هيدي المحمية هون بتحمل 300 غزال مش أكتر. نحن الهدف تبعنا إنه نوصل تقريبا ل 300 انتاية. تعطينا كل سنة مينيموم 300 غزال. يعني كل سنة فينا نفلت بمنطقة 300 غزال. كيف يعني نحن فينا نعمل بروجرام بظرف 10 سنين تقريبا بصير في غزلان بكل لبنان. بس طبعا هلا الوضع الاقتصادي والجوع والفلتان انه اذا فلت بمناطق مش محمية رح يتعرضوا للصيد الجائر. يعني مش هيك بنفضل نفلت بمناطق نقدر نحميها لبين ما يكتر. الغزال، ويصير في توعية عند الناس يصيروا هن يحموهم يعني.
We are back to our show again. Good morning, Kuwait. Now we're moving for our first interview segment. So we'd like to welcome our viewers, Dr. Mohammed Al-Islami. He's laparoscopic and bariatric surgeon. Dr. Mohammed already will explain to us, dear viewers watching us through the KTV2, about the laparoscopic and even about what we call open pediatric surgery or open weight loss surgery. Involves the use of a traditional surgical method, often requiring abdominal already oxygen of the inches, while laparoscopic surgery already is manually. Too many things for this unique feat. So let's welcome Dr. Mohammed Al-Islami. Hello and good morning, doctor.
Hello, good morning.
You're most welcome and thank you so much for joining us today in our show, Good Morning Kuwait. I already present to you about too many we call it new words about the doctors.
Right.
There's a new techniques, but the words already presented to you and for our preparator to already presented to us. It's a huge industry.
Right.
Laparoscopic, bariatric, and too many words. So it's like all serious together. Everyone is like separated, doctor.
Right. So laparoscopic surgery is doing surgeries through small incisions in your abdomen. So they're usually 0.5 centimeter to 1 centimeter incisions, sometimes 1.5 centimeter incisions. What we do is make these small incisions, then we put what we call a port. This is like a small tube made of plastic or metal, depending what the preference of the surgeon is. I like the plastic ones personally because they're disposable. So you put these in and then you inflate the abdomen with carbon dioxide. So it makes space for working in the surgery. Then we place what is called a laparoscope. It's a special camera to look inside. And then we place our instruments and then we work and you do the surgeries through these small holes and through these small ports, what we call.
Nice.
So that's laparoscopic surgery. Bariatric surgery is weight loss surgery, which means we do these laparoscopically now, laparoscopic bariatric surgery. So we do these through the small incisions, and there are a lot of options in bariatric surgery. There's the sleeve gastrectomy, which is the most famous surgery here, which we basically cut your stomach into a smaller size. And then there's the gastric bypass, which we bypass about 150 to 100 centimeters of bowel, and we connect it to a small stomach pouch, and that also is one of the surgeries we do in bariatric surgery.
And also, doctor, before we getting involved about this interesting topics, so I see your passion when you are talking about your major.
Right.
So what makes you be into this field, doctor? Why did you choose to be in this kind of field?
So in this way, I can help patients in multiple ways. I don't have to just help them with medications. Sometimes the medications don't work, so I can do a lot of different things. I can do surgical procedures, and a lot of these surgical procedures have an excellent outcome, probably even better than medications. Nice. So that way I can help my patients in multiple ways. Also, I like working in my hands. I like suturing. I like cutting.
You like this one.
Yeah,
this is your passion.
Right.
In the offer, we are speaking about one of the patients who already been wants to do something now, have consultation during the holy month of Ramadan.
Right.
He told you after Eid.
Right. Everybody wants to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the thing is, even when you're dealing with your patients, like consider one of your part of your family.
Right. Of course. They are like brothers and family. That's right. Everybody needs to be treated like your brother or your sister.
That's why when the people were like in your field, you have to comfort your patients, talking to them, know their history. That's why when you are sitting with them, you see some of them, they have severe and they have like suffer from obesity. The other people, maybe they just want to lose little bit of the weights. So it depends about now the technology is getting huge, right, doctor?
That's right. There's a lot of things we can do now. There are a lot of medications, new medications coming in that can help patients who are not very obese or patients who can't have the surgery. They have medical problems. They can't have the surgery. And there are other technologies as well as the surgeries themselves. There are now surgeries you can do through the mouth, through an endoscope. So there are many ways now to treat obesity. Nice. Medications, surgeries, endoscopy, balloons.
So that's why even one of my colleagues, he asking you, there is like a part of bypass, not like complete bypass. So it means like now everything is getting new technology development, right, doctor?
Right. There are many ways now to do a bypass. We used to do what was called the Roux-en-Y bypass. That's the traditional bypass, and then there's what's called a mini bypass, and there's something called the SADI operation, which is a different type of bypass. So there are many operations, many studies on these operations. A lot of options now for treating obesity.
So a lot of options, a lot of solving problems, a lot of new techniques.
Right.
So when we talk about the obesity, there is something else people are suffering, hernia.
Right.
Yeah, it's like a different topic, different things, but even you, yeah, like even you are a specialty in laparoscopic, so hernia it's getting huge for the patients now. Like you are dealing, how many patients per year we can say for suffer from
So
hernia
I personally do a lot of hernias. I do about 5 or 6 patients a week.
per
So-
week?
Per week. So these are very common problems we see in patients, and they're very easily fixable. And patients shouldn't hesitate to fix their hernia, because a hernia is basically a hole somewhere in your abdomen or your groin, and that and that through that hole you can have some bowel go through or some piece of fat there, and you can have complications from your hernia. So if you're fit to have the surgery, you shouldn't hesitate to do them. They're actually easy to do, but they're hard if they become more advanced. If the hernias are very large, they become harder and harder.
Nice. That's why people who suffer from hernia, I wish everyone will get well and healthy and better. From your gold hands and for all your colleagues
Yes,
also.
thank you. Yeah.
You're most welcome. So when we talk more now about the holy month of Ramadan, one of your patients wants to skip after the Eid.
Right.
So we want to connect, like some people, maybe they have their bad habits during the holy month of Ramadan. They're eating much food.
Right.
So how do you connect the holy month of Ramadan for the eating habits if you want to do like a surgery for weight lossing surgeries?
Right, so the month of Ramadan is an interesting way to lose weight. You can do what's called intermittent fasting. I don't know if you've heard of this. It's basically you fast for like 16 hours minimum, and then you eat within an 8-hour period or even longer. So this is a very good opportunity to try intermittent fasting, which is a very effective method in losing weight. And then also in Ramadan, you should stay away from some sweets. You should, you should concentrate on high
After the
protein
game
food. No game on. So you should concentrate on proteins. And then patients who had bariatric surgery in Ramadan, they should also concentrate on proteins and do intermittent fasting. That's a very good opportunity to lose a lot of weight from bariatric surgery during Ramadan.
Nice.
It's a perfect opportunity for intermittent fasting.
So this is how even any consultation or any advice you want to give to your patients, like during the holy month of Ramadan. Holy month of Ramadan is the good way to lose weight.
Yes, so you can do what I call intermittent fasting, and you can reduce your caloric intake during Ramadan. So these are all working to your advantage to lose more weight. As I said, you need to increase your protein intake, stay away from the sweets, drink a lot of water.
To be better and better.
Right.
So when we spoke in the beginning, Dr. Mohammed, you told me like every patient you have dealing like is one part of your family.
Right.
Everyone is different case.
Everybody is an individual case. That's right. So we evaluate the patient. We know how much he weighs, what has he done in the past, has he tried dieting or not tried dieting, has he tried medication, not tried medication, and then we formulate a personalized plan for him.
That's why when we spoke about the cases, it spoke about the moments. Maybe there is some moments you will not forget.
Right.
Something in your mind is still good moments, like difficult moments, but at the end, the result is the satisfying.
That's right.
Tell me more about something you will not forget, like a difficult cases. I know like you suffered for too many patients, you're
Right.
dealing everyone his individual, like part of your family. Can you share with us something about something you will not forget?
Sure. So I've done many cases over my career, difficult cases, cancer cases. Recently, I did a stomach cancer case. This was a difficult case, but I wouldn't say that it was the most difficult case I've done in my life. I would say just before the corona epidemic, I had a case of a lady. She had a hernia around her colostomy. I don't know if you know what this colostomy is. It's basically the stool is diverted to a bag. So this lady unfortunately had a hernia around that, and she had that hernia fixed before by a very good surgeon actually, but the hernia came back. So these cases, they're very difficult. That we call them a different kind of animal cases. So that case took about 6 hours for me to fix. It was one of the hardest
6
cases I've done.
hours to
6
fix.
hours. And
So-
she's done well.
Nice.
She's done very well. I follow her up
Alhamdulillah.
every year, so she's done very well. I'm very happy with the outcome. But what we call parastomal hernia cases, these are the most difficult cases. And I had one just before Corona. That's what I can remember, because everything now is Corona, pre-Corona.
Yeah. Corona, pre-corona.
Pre-Corona.
But we can say all the time, doctor, because may Allah bless you, because you are working
you.
in a very noble job.
Thank you.
6 hours, like it's after your working time. So people think sometimes want to know about the lifestyle of the doctors after the work. So it's basically you give more time for the safety for the patients, we can say.
That's right. So a doctor, especially surgeons, they need to be available 24 hours. There's no like real weekend. There's no real, there's no rest really. You have rest, but it's, you don't know when you have to go back to the hospital. I also work in the private sector, so that's extra work on me. So my lifestyle is mostly work. And then the little free time I have to really use it very well. Okay, to use it for myself and my
To
family.
invest in your family with your
And
family.
myself, yeah. So I just have a little free time. I do have it. I don't say it's very bad, but the lifestyle of a doctor in general, it's more for his patients than for himself or his family.
So if you give more time to the patient, so how does it feel to you when some of them say, "Thank you, Dr. Mohammed, for the thing"?
It feels very good, to be honest. Even a small thank you, it feels very good.
That's why it makes you like drag you
It,
motivation.
it motivates me more. A small thank you means a lot to me.
A lot to you. I can
Yeah.
see from your eyes. So you have
Right.
also good moments, doctor.
Of course, we have good moments.
So
Of course
can you
we-
share with us about something about the good moments? Some satisfying already cases happen to you. You see something better. Some of them already lost weight. Maybe he changed his life. You changed his
Right.
life.
So I had a patient who weighed 200 kilograms and he's lost a lot of weight. Now he's around 100 kilograms. He's still losing more weight. So I've helped this patient tremendously. Also cancer patients. I've had colon cancer patients, stomach cancer patients, and they're cured from their disease. This is all very good to us.
Nice.
Or patients with complex hernias who have tried, to get their hernia fixed, but for some reason it came back. Fix it, doesn't come back. It's all great.
All great. So because you are with us here, Dr. Mohammed, let's take some benefits because you are here. Give us like a little bit consultation.
Sure.
Yeah. So I noticed like when you're talking with some of your patients, some of them said, if I do this surgery, maybe I lose some of vitamins. I need to do another things to reduce. So
Yeah.
maybe there is difference between cutting stomach or bypass, but the vitamins
Right.
and the nutritions. Can you give us like a brief description about what the good thing, the advantage for every kind of these surgeries?
Right. For in general, sleeve gastrectomy surgeries, which you cut the stomach, you don't really get nutritional deficiencies from. You can, but it's not as much as a bypass, because when you do a bypass, you're bypassing bowels, so some of the vitamins, some of the iron doesn't get absorbed through the bowel because you're bypassing bowel. And the stomach cutting, you don't bypass bowel. So, and most of the nutrition is absorbed by bowel. Okay, so when you're bypassing bowel. So you may get nutritional deficiencies with you will get nutritional deficiencies with a bypass if you don't take your supplements. So we always advise patients on bypasses to take their supplements. It's usually double the dose of the vitamins and the minerals and the iron than a normal person needs.
Nice.
And if they do take their supplements, they will do well.
They do well, and we also hope everyone is well. We can say all the time, Dr. Mohammed, good times run very fast.
Yes.
We didn't feel the time. Thank you so much for the positive energy, and for sure we'll be here again after the holy month of Ramadan. We'll talk more about the achievement and the new technology of the obesity. Thank you so much.
Surely. Thank you very much.
You're most welcome. So special thanks to Dr. Mohammed Islami, his laparoscopic and bariatric surgeon. He already shared with us about his field, about the cases, the history, and even more. Dear viewers, let's go to this tiny break. They will continue.
Well, thank you, our colleague Aziz, for this lovely interview with our guest, the doctor. Actually, we have too many reports and too many segments and too many guests for today. And talking in the morning about the lovely Ramadan, and I know a lot of people, they are starting to go to too many places as well in Ramadan, not only sitting at home with their family. They go with their families to visit all around Kuwait, especially the coastline in Kuwait.
And also they go to Diwaniyas, they go to Ghabgas, they go people visiting outside, and even after the Ghabgas and the Diwaniyas, the gathering, they're enjoying this lovely weather and outdoor places. We have plenty of places. That's why when we talk about the places, we have a certain report for it, right?
Exactly, Aziz. Pleased with an impressive coastline, Kuwait is a city with a bulk of intense architecture and certain outdoor places.
So we will say all the time that the city is the cute and catchy for sure. So get relaxed and boasted with the city outdoor places for the families with the kids, Sarah.
So Good Morning Kuwait to prepare a well-arranged line of places in this report to keep you smoked. So how about to see it, isn't it?
Yeah, so let's check it together. We'll be right back again.
Hi everyone, my name is Atari Almatoa, agricultural engineer and horticulturist. And as I promised you that we were going to take a mini adventure around the parks and gardens of Kuwait. And today we're in Mishraf. As you know, it's that time of year in Ramadan, so it's a nice idea to get outside of your house and get some physical activity. As you know, there's a lot of benefits by being around plants and nature. They can help reduce your cortisol levels, your stress levels, and your muscle tension, just to name a few, as well as making you less stressed and calmer. So come with me, let's go outside and have a look at what Mishraf has to offer. I have to say that this is one of the most beautiful parks in Kuwait and the most developed. It has several facilities. It even has a paddle court, a tennis court, a basketball court, and that's just to name a few. It has these winding walkways and paths that you can walk and take a stroll and breathe in the fresh air and enjoy the nature. And if you like to cycle, you can take your bike and go down those lanes. And even if you don't have a bike, they have bike rental stations in which you can rent a bike and go out there. They also have a lot of activities for your kids to socialize and play with. So come out here and enjoy the space. One of the things that I like the most about this park is the eucalyptus trees, which is one of my favorite plants. It's native to Australia, yet it can withstand Kuwait's harsh environment. It's very tall, providing shade, and has the silvery bark and feathery leaves. And what makes it so special is the essential oils that come out of it. And in addition, they have several medicinal properties. In fact, they have been used dating back to the 18th and 19th centuries when it comes to aromatherapy to clear that mental fog as well as your airways. In fact, the way you can use them is to take a branch and pretty much hang it up in your shower and create that humid spa vibe. Or you can make your own tea. Just dry some leaves, basically grind it down and make a tea out of it. Or what I just like to do when I come to Mishraf Park is take a few leaves, crush them in my hand, and just smell it and take in that beautiful scent. So come outside with me to Mishraf and enjoy this space. And try and take some time out of your busy schedule this Ramadan to check out what Mishraf has to offer. And don't forget, don't litter so other people can enjoy the space just as you have. Thank you and goodbye.
Well, we came back again, dear viewers, with our second interview segment with our special guest for today. We will introduce to you Deborah Lucuta. She is Lucato, actually. She's an Italian chef. She will share her experience with us in Italian cuisine as a Mediterranean cuisine, actually consisting of the ingredients, recipes, and actually cooking techniques developed across the Italian peninsula, and will share with us to tell us how far Italian cuisine goes in Kuwait society, especially during the holy month of Ramadan. So, buongiorno.
Buongiorno, Sara.
How are you?
Good, thanks. And you?
I'm fine, and we are so happy and pleased to have you with us in our Good Morning Kuwait show, Deborah. So first of all, before starting talking about the Italian cuisine, about the restaurants, let's talk about yourself. Could you please introduce yourself?
Sure, but first of all, I want to thank you actually for inviting me. It's a pleasure to be here. I'm Deborah Lucato, as you said. I'm from Venice. And I've been living in Kuwait for the last 9 years. I came here in Kuwait actually working in a company for a short period of time for interior design, furniture, and Italian materials, and it extended until today actually.
That's amazing. Yeah.
Plus, in the last 3 years, I started my own business as a chef in the cooking field.
Yes.
So
that's you.
That's me.
That's
yes.
Amazing. So shifting from interior designing to cooking.
Yeah.
And you've been here like 9 years in Kuwait, so you are Kuwaiti now. 9 years is
almost.
That's amazing. Yeah. So how actually you start to push? Actually, you push yourself to start a kitchen in Kuwait. Actually, after like how long? I've been like after 5 years of being in Kuwait. Or
yeah, after 5-6 years of being here, I decided to start my own to try to start my own business.
So tell us your story. Actually, how you started it.
Actually, there are mainly two factors, let's say, that let me decide it. The first one, for sure, is that I grew up in an environment of business owner because my father had his own, until now, he has his own company.
Yes.
So I always lived this atmosphere, and I liked the idea of one day having my own business. The other thing is that I said, why not to bring to Kuwait some of my culture, let's say, some of my original food.
Yes.
So I said, let's try.
That's why your father inspired you actually to start your own kitchen, and you start as like a cook, to be a cook as well.
Yeah,
that's
correct.
amazing. So for me, by myself, I love Italian cuisine. There's really delicious food, the pasta, the lasagna, and much more. We're gonna talk about it. So what kind of food you offering in your kitchen, Deborah?
As for now, mainly lasagna, as you mentioned. People think that lasagna is just the traditional with the beef, with the meat, but it's not actually true. There are so many other type of lasagna that can be made. For example, I'm offering with spinach, with vegetables, with pesto, with salmon, and there are so many more variety that can be offered and can satisfy also different tastes for people that doesn't eat meat or that have specific needs, let's say, or taste. It can be matched also to them.
I know a lot of people are fasting right now while watching us.
Yeah,
we don't want them to make them hungry, actually. That's amazing. So vegetables, spinach, and much more. Like, actually, we're considering the tasting for the food, for the people, actually, and also some people, they are vegan, or some people, they are vegetarian as well.
Yeah,
so
actually.
are considering all of these stuff in your
yes,
kitchen?
Yes. I can usually offer also option for who has specific allergies, like lactose intolerant or gluten-free. I make also this kind of plate.
That's amazing.
I try to satisfy the different requests of people. It's especially for gluten-free people, lactose intolerant. It's not easy to find food around.
Exactly.
So I try to satisfy all of them, let's say.
That's amazing. You are trying to satisfy actually all the taste, actually, and all the circumstances of all the people with that Italian, the original Italian, actually, touch of that. So are you making any special dishes during the holy month of Ramadan? Because we are in the holy month of Ramadan.
Yeah, actually, I still continue having the lasagna, but I include in the meal soup, dates, leban, sweets. Let's say I add to the meal what people are used to eat after fasting.
Yes.
So to help to break the fast, no? So these are the meal that I'm offering. It's a complete set, so that they can start from the soup and the dates until the lasagna and then the sweets.
The sweets, that's amazing. You are considering that as well. So do you have actually any specialty in your food for the holy month of Ramadan, like not lasagna, something else like a special for the holy month of Ramadan, or only the?
No, let's say as specialty, it's exactly this meal that I'm offering, and I'm seeing that people actually really likes it and appreciate the full experience, the full set of options that I'm offering.
Yes. So I'm pretty sure you're facing so many difficulties or challenges while we are preparing too many meals at the same time, especially for the holy month of Ramadan. So could you please tell us actually your secret, how to control yourself?
Yeah, actually that's the most challenging part of this month, because all the orders come in the last moment, and they must be delivered exactly in a specific time.
Yes.
So that's the hard part. But what I'm trying to do is to prepare the day before, the night before, at least the trays and the majority of what I can do, so that I can be ready in the day after, in the afternoon, to send all the orders, because also the drivers, the traffic in the street, the streets are busy during this month, so it's not easy to make it, but so far it's working.
So taking orders a day or night before that makes
actually
it much
I wish
easy.
that, but sometimes I receive and then I accept orders even a couple of hours before.
Yes.
It's really rush, but I always try to make the customer happy.
That's amazing. So Deborah, do you have any advice for all of the people actually they love Italian food? Any last word or advice?
Let's say that if they would like to try cooking Italian food, an advice is to follow Italian chef. I mean, to follow Italian recipes, because many times the recipes that you find, they're not really the original one. So you might end up cooking something that you believe it's Italian while in the reality it's not.
Italian. That's amazing, Deborah. We actually had so many lovely time, and the time actually runs too fast for us. Thank you for being here with us.
Thanks to you. It's a pleasure.
Big thanks and appreciation to our dear guest, Deborah Lucatu. She's an Italian chef. So dear viewers, don't go away. Let's have this tiny little break actually, and then we'll move on. How does intermittent fasting work? Here's what actually happens to your body and brain when you fast. It's all about how long has it been since you last ate. People who fast intermittently often eat within an 8-hour block, leaving 16 hours of fasting in between. During that 16-hour stretch, their bodies undergo an important change that sets them apart from non-fasters. Here's how it works. So dear viewers, how about to see this report, and they'll be right back to you.
How long has it been since you last ate? People who fast intermittently often eat within an 8-hour block, leaving 16 hours of fasting in between. During that 16-hour stretch, their bodies undergo an important change that sets them apart from non-fasters. Here's how it works. When you eat, you store some of that energy in the liver as glycogen. But after 10 to 12 hours of not eating, your glycogen reserves will be extremely low. As a result, you may feel more irritable than normal, a term scientists call hangry. The upside is, with little glycogen left, fat cells in your body release fats into your bloodstream. The fat cells head straight to your liver, where they're converted to energy for your body and brain. So you are literally burning fat to survive. Blood samples show that people who had fasted for 12 to 24 hours experienced a 60% increase in energy from fat, with the biggest change occurring after 18 hours. This is the benefit to intermittent fasting because it puts you in a state called ketosis. And it's why researchers think intermittent fasting could be the key to a longer, healthier life. The process of burning fat releases chemicals called ketones. In the brain, ketones trigger the release of an important molecule called BDNF. BDNF helps build and strengthen neurons and neural connections in areas of the brain responsible for learning and memory, which could explain why a boost in ketone production has been shown to improve memory in people with early signs of dementia in as soon as 6 weeks. Increasing ketones in the body is also a common treatment for patients with severe epilepsy. You don't necessarily have to fast to boost your ketone levels. Introducing more fatty foods into your diet and cutting back on carbs can have a similar effect. A group of people who tried this method for 3 months not only lost weight and body fat, but also saw a decrease in blood pressure and a hormone that is related to aging and disease. But scientists have discovered that fasting increases ketone levels more. Ketogenic diets can increase ketones 4-fold, whereas fasting has been shown to increase ketones by up to 20-fold. As a result, fasting compared to a ketogenic diet may have a stronger, more beneficial effect on overall health. Yet many Americans who eat 3 meals a day with snacks in between never reach ketosis and therefore aren't producing enough ketones to promote good health. Fasting and ketosis have been a key to our survival from the beginning. They helped our ancient ancestors survive through bouts of starvation, and today they're becoming recognized as a way to help keep future generations mentally and physically disease-free.
We are back to our show again. Good morning, Kuwait. We already saw too many reposts, too many segments. We'd like to thank our working crew for preparing such of the huge reposts, especially in the holy month of Ramadan. And our episode today, it was like a huge, like we call it like not a treasure. It's like too many precious information we had.
Yes.
About medical and even about the food.
About the food, but we have to be balanced, as the report said. We don't have to eat too much, dear viewers. I know that the food is really delicious during the holy month of Ramadan. We have to take care of our health, and we have to eat actually a healthy food and be in a healthy lifestyle. As our colleague Aziz said, our episode was really precious. I hope you enjoyed it as much as we did. See you for the next one, and have a happy day. Bye-bye.
See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.